Well, this is JC one more time. I was remembering today I'm kind of slouching around today. I haven't shaved and I got my bathrobe on, but I just felt like telling the story. And maybe after I wrote the story, I put it in Facebook, but I want to put it on this video too and put it in my JCam Poet. So if somebody would rather listen to it than read it, they can do that. Maybe it might not be interesting to anyone except me, but anyhow, here it goes, and I'll tell you this story. Um, This is something that happened to me a long time ago. I call it I Remember. And I'll read it now from my Facebook. I remember a long time ago, back in 1957, I drove a truck for J.H. Marks Trucking Company in Odessa, Texas. There was a pusher there, foreman, a big, kind of quiet guy, quiet man named Lonnie Holt. He told me to load a couple of drill collars onto a flatbed trailer and deliver them to a drilling rig between Odessa and Andrews, Texas. I was given the name of the oil company and the name of the driller and the paperwork. So now all I needed was directions to the rig. Well, Lonnie gave me the directions. He said, go north, Andrews is north of Odessa, until I got to a certain county road. I don't remember the name of it or the number, but it was a certain county road that was paved. I turned right and go until I reached a dirt road, a caliche road. Actually, it's in those countries, it's more caliche dust than it is dirt. He said it was the second or third road to the left. He didn't remember which. He said to go left for a mile and a half, and the drilling rig would be just off the road to the right. I told him, okay. And I asked, well, how am I going to know which road it is if you don't remember exactly? He said, don't worry, you can't miss it. There'll be a couple of horses standing right there at the corner of the fence. I asked him if he was sure they'd be there and if they had moved. And he said, don't worry, they'll be there. Well, like I said, Lonnie wasn't one to talk much, so I told him okay, and I left. Well, in a while, I turned off on the county road and I drove for a while, and I came to a dirt road. There were no horses there, so reluctantly, I kept driving. In a few more minutes, I came to another dirt road. Just like Lonnie said, there were three horses standing in the corner of the fence. So I turned left and went on to the drilling rig, and I delivered the drill collars with a little help unloading them from some of the guys from the roughnecks on the rig. It was quite a trip. And I tell you, I never questioned Lonnie Holt again, his directions or anything else. No, that's not the end of the story. Oh, and by the way, I say, that land is really flat there, and you can see for 25 miles in any direction. Well, in the corner of that fence, at that dirt road, for as far as you can see in any direction, grew the only shade tree. And I'll bet it's still there. And that's where those three horses were, in the shade of that tree. And if there's a horse in that pasture and it's hot today, right now, I'll bet he's still right there in the shade under that same shade tree. This is my story. This is the way I remember it. And thank you very much for listening. I'll see you down the road if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise.